Welcome to TFL Talking Trucks podcast. We have a special episode for you because Casey and I are in Las Vegas at the SEMA show 2025.
Absolutely. There's tons to see here. So this might be a podcast that's worth watching in video form.
Yes.
But where we're starting out right now is someplace pretty special. We're in the Ford booth.
Yeah.
Which means some of the vehicles we're looking at here are things that you will actually be able to go out and buy yourself.
Exactly.
So as cool as some of the crazy customs are, this is potentially relevant to a lot more people. And initially what we see looks like a maybe semi-standard Raptor R.
Yeah, I mean, you come up to this vehicle here in the booth. It's a Raptor R with some graphics. You know it's a Raptor R because in the grille there is a orange R, and there's of course the toe points that are painted. So those are some telltale signs that this is a supercharged V8. But then you look a little deeper, and you do see this Whipple supercharger on top. And Ford said, you know what, the 720 horsepower in the standard, and I'm using air quotes, standard Raptor R wasn't quite enough, right?
Sure, I guess that's what somebody over at Ford thought, because with this 3-liter Whipple supercharger, they're claiming over 900 horsepower. They're not saying any torque figures yet. It's still the same basic 5.2-liter V8, and a lot of the rest of the driveline is mostly unchanged. But over 900 horsepower is the claim with this vehicle.
Yeah.
And theoretically, this will be a kit that you should be able to go out and buy that's hopefully 50 states emission legal and covered under warranty.
Exactly, which I'm doing a mind exploding right now, right? Because, I mean, the standard Raptor R is already a very special truck, which is of course pricey. So we don't have pricing yet on this because it's coming out early in 2026, right? But dude, it looks good, and 900 plus horsepower and some carbon fiber, accessories and touch points like these little vents and the hood right there bulge is in also carbon fiber.
Yeah, the particular truck that we're looking at has a few extra modifications. There's some lights in front of the A-pillars. There's a little bit of carbon fiber, like Andre said, on the hood and on the fender. But for the most part, it does look like a pretty standard Raptor R. It's under the hood where things are very special. And like you said, this is probably not going to be an inexpensive truck, but you wouldn't expect it to be, because arguably that is the apex of off-road pickup trucks.
Yes,
right?
But what if you wanted something smaller and also lower to the ground, little sporty vehicle for the street? How about the Maverick?
There's the other exciting piece of news that is here in the Ford booth.
Yeah.
This, what we're looking at right now, is the Maverick 300T. It says so on a decal that lives up on the hood. This truck from the exterior has bronze wheels and a few decals, lowered suspension, a couple little things that are neat. But what makes it really interesting is it's got a turbo that's pulled from an EcoBoost Mustang, a different intercooler setup, and they're claiming 300 horsepower on this Maverick, which is nice. So instead of 250 horsepower, 300, because a lot of people, when the Lobo came around, complained that it didn't have
I think it was mostly
power.
Roman complaining, actually.
I think Roman...
I think you and I also complained a little.
He was in good company. There were a lot of people that wanted to see a Lobo with some extra power.
Yeah. So this is not labeled the Lobo, by the way, right?
No,
and it doesn't have a Lobo grille.
But potentially, you would think that this kit could possibly work on one.
Yeah.
Because it's a 2-liter EcoBoost.
So yeah, and of course, don't expect a lot of the, once again, no pricing yet, available early 2026. And none of this is going to be super inexpensive. But the fact that Ford stands behind it, they offer it as a package and then with some warranty, and you can get it installed at a Ford dealership or a certified facility. I think that's very special.
Exactly.
It's cool.
If you saw the Lobo initially and thought it's cool but it needs more power, here's a Maverick with more power.
And you can upgrade your Lobo too.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
This, however, so the Raptor R that we were looking at with the bigger supercharger, that one is not necessarily finalized yet. The kit here on the Maverick, this is coming. This is going to be available.
Yeah. And I think this is kind of leading into a really exciting time because a TRX is supposed to be coming back, right? So I think Ford of course, understands that, and Ram TRX is coming, supposedly supercharged V8 again with more horsepower. We don't know exactly what Ram is going to do yet, but that's going to be exciting. Case, how about we walk this way as we're walking through the show? And once again, Case and I are going to try to kind of describe to you and show you as much as humanly possible.
Yeah.
But there's like 5 gigantic halls here.
There's so much at the show, as always.
Yeah.
And again, these things are really exciting to actually look at and see. So if you're able to watch the video version of this podcast, you probably get a little bit more out of it, because as much as we'll try to describe, like you said, the things that we're seeing, there's only so much that you can put into words.
Well, just walking through the show, this truck really caught our eye, Case, right? And we found the owner, Tyler.
How you doing? Thanks for stopping. Nice to meet you too.
I was jokingly calling it a small Chevy.
Yeah.
But this is probably one of the biggest Chevrolet trucks, pickup trucks, I'm using quotes, I've ever seen.
Yep, it is a big truck built for going off-road and pulling big loads.
Okay, so tell me how this project started. I mean, obviously you picked up, is this a 6500?
This is a 6500, which is a partnership between International and GM. They build them on the International assembly line.
Yeah.
GM cab, Duramax engine, Allison transmission. And I was trying to build something unique, something a little stand out for SEMA.
Yeah.
This is my family's personal camping rig, so we go out camping, we pull our trailers with Jeeps and buggies and Broncos in them, but we'll go 50 to 100 miles from a paved road and just go spend a week out there. That's what it was built for.
All right, so it came as basically a chassis cab, right?
Came as a chassis
and
cab.
And you picked the one with the greatest capacity, right? So that's it combined 26,000 pounds, right?
26,000 pounds, yep.
For the truck itself. But then you kind of went to town on it. Tell me, all right, where should we start? You rhino lined, you lined the truck so it's a little bit more durable.
So this is Patriot truck bed liners. Had a guy up in Akron, Ohio off the grid that sprayed it. It's a very durable coating. Color matched it. This is actually a color match to the dirt on my driveway, so it doesn't show dirt. And then the black as an accent. So
yes.
This is so I can lean it against trees. That's what the kicker bars are for.
Okay.
I can lean it against trees and not rip all the paint off.
So then you built this exhaust cage you referred to, so it ties into the bumper?
Ties into the buck stop bumper.
Okay, let's show that, yeah.
So this is a buck stop bumper to tie in. Gives me all my lights with the rigid lights. 22,000 pound Warrior winch, so I can get unstuck when I need to. There's a 25,000 pound winch on the back. So again, just to be able to get off road and take some hits and
or maybe
keep
pick
going.
somebody else out of the mud or something.
There's
like
a lot of time winching other people out, Jeeps and Broncos.
You got some antennas, communication. You got a roof rack on this truck, which is way up high.
It is.
This truck is big.
It's a load to get a spare tire off, but if you need it, you figure it out.
Then explain a couple more things to me before we look at the bed.
Sure.
The wheels and tires, and also why are you in the liquid spring booth here?
Yep, so wheels and tires, American Force did the wheels. These are basically custom milled semi-truck wheels.
Okay.
So these are 22.5-inch tires, dump truck tires that are 45 inches tall. But this way, if I break down anywhere in the world, if I'm in Mexico or if I go into South America, I can get a tire all over the world for this without an issue.
Yeah, so my friend, I bought, the side story, an F600 1976 pickup truck.
Nice.
Actually, a commercial truck that we want to turn into a pickup truck. I sold it to my friend Dan. He's a semi-truck driver.
Yeah.
And he did something similar, except not quite as tall. But once again, every truck stop around the country has tires for that.
It takes the stress away. You know you can address something if you need to.
But then the suspension, because factory, this is not very comfortable.
Factory, it is as stiff as can be. I can feel a 1-inch rock on my driveway.
Yeah.
Let's look under the back. You can see it.
Okay.
So Liquid Spring is cutting edge, top of the line suspension. You can see these red struts up here.
Oh, you have some lights.
Yep. It's all hydraulic. It's a compressible hydraulic load. Or suspension fluid.
Yeah.
You've got a reservoir with a pump and a computer here. It measures real time your acceleration, whether you're turning. It ties into the factory ECM that feels your acceleration, your braking, pitman arm angle, etc.
Yeah.
If I turn right, it's going to add spring rate to the right strut. If the wind starts blowing me, I was getting blown through on Kansas coming out here, it'll offset the suspension so that I stay pointed straight. So it really helps, it softens up the ride, and I can use it to raise and lower the height, which helps a lot with loading.
Exactly. And then that's pretty amazing. Tell me a little bit about this bed, because it's very big and very long.
So the bed is a custom bed designed with ProTech. They do some really nice work. They've got a whole huck bolt design, so it's built for off-road. It can twist without cracking like a lot of bolt beds will.
Okay.
And then we do, all the rigid lights down the side. It's built for camping, so we keep a lot of storage for tools and different things in all the boxes. We build it out, put a fridge there for whatever kind of drinks you want. Have a nice little outdoor stereo for when we're out camping. We can have some fun. So, just try to build it for off-road, build it to enjoy.
That's really amazing. I mean, I like the fact that you have height adjustable suspension, really useful truck. And do you put a camper back here as well?
Yep, so I've got a Lance camper I'll put on the bed to go camping with the family. And I've got some ramps. I can drive a full-size Jeep, put a Jeep right on the bed, put a Bronco right on the bed.
Yeah, you have a winch up here too.
Got a 25,000-pound Warrior winch, so we can pull something. If we break a Jeep off-road, we can winch it right back onto the bed and take it. We do a lot of Moab or Johnson Valley. We'll be at King of Hammers this year. So, it's just trying to be utilitarian and usable.
Very sweet. Thanks for sharing your rig with us.
Absolutely. Appreciate you stopping.
I love it. I love it. Especially picking up a vehicle and actually carrying on top of the bed here. Super sweet.
Yep. Thank you very much.
All right. So walking just a few feet from the Chevrolet we saw, I met Carl. We've met, 5 years ago?
5 years ago.
Maybe 6 years ago
Work
or
truck
something
show
like that?
stuff, yeah.
Yeah. And I noticed this, dude. There's a Toyota Land Cruiser pickup truck here, a 79 series, right?
Yes, sir.
And it has a really cool bow and bed on the back of it.
Yep.
But it also has your suspension on it, too.
It is. That's
Tell me a little bit about it.
A new feature that we put together. So we had our partners over there in Australia, EC and Ultimate Off-Road.
Okay.
They have our product in Australia on the F trucks.
Okay.
F trucks, Fords. And they said, hey, we've got these Land Cruisers. Can you put something together for us? So they sent one over to us. So we did our traditional, let's tear it apart and put it together.
Okay.
So we got the liquid spring front struts, new radius arms underneath.
Yeah, can you show the radius arms that are kind of here underneath the driver door?
Radius arms. And then our four-corner control system, so each corner has its own ride height. Then coming back towards the rear, we have what's called a traditional, this will be a triangulated four-link system.
Okay.
So the lower control arm comes in straight. The upper control arms are splayed from the corner of the frame to the center line of the axle. So they're triangulated, that holds it side to side.
Okay.
And then our power module is in here. And
Because it's not a very giant truck. I mean, it's kind of mid-size by comparison.
Correct.
To what we are used to normally.
This would be like your 150.
Yeah.
In
so not that small, but
yeah.
But size-wise, it's not super big.
Correct.
That's interesting. So the red components are kind of the new components that
is correct.
You've
Yes.
added.
Yep.
You've added.
So it has all the traditional stuff that we've had, which is load leveling. Then we have true earth. So it has the ability, if you put a rooftop tent, it'll actually level the vehicle
on the rough terrain.
On the rough terrain. So again, kind of simulating the rocks in the front.
Okay.
So it'll true earth level. And then this has the newest technology, Ride Sync.
What's
so
that?
It has the ability to give you the same ride quality, full or empty.
Okay.
So where traditionally, a pickup truck would always be very rigid or tough.
Okay, sorry.
Yep, rough, riding when it's empty. Well, now with Ride Sync, we give you the ability for the same ride quality, empty or full.
Are you kind of judging it by the height? Or can you tell me a little bit more about that?
So
or is
what
that
we've added nitrogen to our liquid spring compressible silicone now. So we have a little small nitrogen portion, and what we have when we're very, very light, we use a little bit of the air compressibility, and then after that, it transitions into the silicone oil.
Okay.
So it's a seamless transition as you go through that weight ratings or
gotcha.
loadings.
And is that similar with your heavier systems as well?
So right now it's on all the pickup trucks,
Okay.
and then we're going to transition that into the bigger trucks.
The bigger commercial
Yes,
type
so
vehicles?
that way a guy that has like a dry storage box, when he's empty, he'll get a good ride quality as much as when he's full.
Awesome.
So that's where it's going to transition to.
Well, this Land Cruiser really caught our eye. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you very much.
And that's going to go into production, right?
It is.
That's the intent. Yeah,
Yes,
that's great.
Probably January, February timeframe, we'll have it in full production, and we'll start off in Australia, then maybe Central America, and then the UAE.
Well, Toyota doesn't sell this here, unfortunately. So.
No. So I'll tell you what, I'm just going to get out of here. We'll go to the home screen. So this is more of our traditional home screen.
Okay.
So your height on this thing. So we have the high height.
Which height is it in now?
So we're probably in True Earth. It's an auto True Earth, so it's actually zeroed out on the rocks.
Okay.
So if I exit that, this will go into our normal leveling mode. The nose is coming up, and then the tail will level back out. So that'll be our normal leveling.
All right, so let's take a wider view so we can kind of see it move. Do you want to play around with some of those heights again?
Yeah, so this position right now is our normal drive mode. We drove it up onto a rock. Now we're going to go and level it out. Put it in our True Earth. In True Earth, we'll actually get this truck to level out. The nose will come down, the tail will come up a little bit, and we'll do a little twist. Now we're ready for camping. So if we had a rooftop tent.
Really quickly, yeah.
Yes. So a rooftop tent on it, it'll actually level this thing out. Now it's flat.
So you could sleep,
zero
no
pitch,
problem.
zero roll.
No problem.
That's correct.
All right, Case, so that Land Cruiser was pretty special, but what is this?
Yeah, we are just strolling up to this. A few of these vehicles we've seen before we started rolling, and then some other stuff we want to check out as we're seeing it for the first time.
Yeah.
And this is one of those. It's an absolutely massive single cab dually.
And it's
lifted.
labeled as F550.
Yeah, on also.
And it's got Kelderman suspension. Look at those components with air also.
Oh, yeah.
Holy jeebus.
Yeah, this looks like something that took a few bucks and a couple hours to build. There's a lot going on here.
It's got giant MPT tires, basically military tires, and the rear suspension. Dude, look at that. It's almost like all remade.
Yeah, it's crazy. So the truck itself is pretty
There you
much
go.
all blacked out, but the frame underneath is painted a kind of copper color. It's got a pretty insane sport bar. So,
And look at this, dude. I'm about 6'3", and I barely can look over the bed.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, this truck is pretty big.
Oh, and they got a Ram next to it, a big dually.
Nice. Well, this is kind of up your alley.
Yeah, very cool. Also blacked out, pretty stealthy. It's got a neat
Dude,
steel
this
bumper
rear
on the
bumper
rear.
with the recovery points, that's massive.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really massive stuff.
So a couple of pretty cool, massive HD trucks that are out here.
So we're right now in the West Hall. So there's West Hall, there's North, Central, there's South Hall, 2 floors. And stuff outside, right? I mean, there's so much going on here. And also, right now in the West Hall, it's kind of a mixture of things, right? There's some trucks and campers, but there's also accessories, earth roamers over here, for example.
Yeah, so if we take a little detour through a few of these other vendors, we can see Earth Roamer as well. It's got, naturally, their massive, massive campers. This one that we're looking at right now is finished in kind of an eggplant color.
That seems to be popular these days, kind of like the purple color. A lot of manufacturers, Toyota is doing it.
Yeah.
Stellantis, Dodge. And this is an LTX, and this is number 17. You know, they number their vehicles because like a serial number.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's quite popular.
Yeah, and it's just huge. We can kind of see a peek
Oh,
into the interior.
do you see the wine in the wine cellar up there?
Yeah, so not only is it big and rugged, but theoretically also pretty luxurious. You've got some storage
Do you want to peek in
space
there
underneath.
just really quick?
Yeah, let's walk up the stairs and check it out. Oh, man, look at the bathroom, Andre. It's like
Isn't
a
it
yacht.
amazing?
Yeah, it's got like teak floors in the bathroom, which is pretty cool. So it's all pretty self-contained. Your shower and everything is in there. It's still got to be relatively compact. But you got a little living room, kitchen, counter, refrigerator. Like you said, Andre, you've got the little wine cellar and a couch, an L-shaped couch.
I mean,
table.
this space is not humongous, but it's really, I mean, appointed. Of course, these are very expensive, right? There's like $1 million.
Yeah, absolutely. And then a pass-through into the interior, which is also pretty neat. So
Yeah, dude, very high-end materials in here.
Yeah, absolutely.
And also a big staircase.
Yeah, and yesterday was leg day, Andre, so staircase up and down isn't feeling that great. But there's also a Chevy Earth Roamer, so it's not just a Ford platforms that I do feel like they're a little more known for.
But you know, do you see this? Do you recognize that mountain?
Oh,
I mean,
absolutely,
that's,
yeah. So
that's Boulder Valley, basically.
Earth Roamer
Colorado.
is based not too far from where we're based.
Yeah,
in
Colorado, yeah.
Yeah, so they've got a Chevy platform truck as well, which
Let's walk around it this way really quickly.
looks to be maybe a step larger than the Ford.
A little bit, because this is a more commercial chassis rather than that is still a 550, but this
Yeah.
is like a 6500. Very similar to that truck we saw in the Liquid Spring booth, right?
True.
But of course, this has a longer body and a gigantic camper section here.
Yeah, an absolutely massive camper. Once again, some storage underneath. So kind of the configuration of it is pretty similar in the way that it's laid out. But it's insane to stand next to one of these because it is a building on wheels, 100%.
Well, look at me. Just compare. I mean, I know this podcast is visual, so
It is,
we
yeah.
apologize.
There's no
but
way around it.
I think it's twice as tall as I am,
Yeah,
maybe more.
it's probably about 12 feet tall, don't you think?
Well, semi-trucks are limited to 13.5. That's the height, a maximum height on the interstate highway. So this must be about 13, right?
Yeah, this Earth Roamer is probably
Maxed
brushing
out.
up against that limit. Absolutely. There's some boxes for storage on the rear. Look, what do you think of that bumper, Andre?
Pretty massive, and of course there's a winch built in here. But we actually met a friend of the show, Matt Scott from Overland Journal Podcast.
Yeah.
And he actually has a Ford chassis, Earth Roamer.
Right.
And I remember listening to his podcast, him talking about the weight of the vehicle, right? Because it's one thing to have all the luxury features, but it's a whole other thing to actually, off-road it and sometimes, lose ground, you can sink in. I don't want to sink into one of these.
No, there's more trails I wouldn't want to take this on than trails that I would.
No.
I'll say that much.
Alrighty, well, let's keep moving. You may know this about me. I love convertibles of any kind, but what I love even more is combining off-roading and convertibles as well. And there's something new here at the show of SEMA 2025 from Best Stop. It's electrically powered tops for two-door Broncos, four-door Broncos, of course, as before, and also Jeeps. So let's check it out. Hey, Rick.
How you doing, Andre?
Dude, good to see
Welcome
you.
to SEMA 2025.
Good to see you again.
Yeah.
And we have here a two-door Bronco
Yes.
with a very cool top.
Yes, this is the first power E-Top convertible for the Bronco two-door.
Dude, because, when you're going off-road and you have a hard top, right, what do? You have to unbolt it. You have to, have maybe a friend help you.
Right.
Take it off and on.
You've got those removable roof panels
Yes.
if you've got the factory hard top. This eliminates all of that. It gives you the freedom to be able to open and close the soft top with the convenience of a single button, all powered. You can do it right from the driver's seat.
And can you show the button here on the console as well?
Yeah. Integrated right here onto the console. We have a nice single button. It's tied in with the brakes, right? So you don't operate it accidentally while you're driving. And two manual latches, a button, full top down.
Yeah, and kind of like factory integration almost.
Yeah.
Just a very smooth integration there.
Yes, Best Top took the lessons that we learned with our four-door E-Top for Bronco, the one that we worked with Ford to get integrated and developed, and transferred that over here to the two-door.
Well, can we show it in action, in
Yes,
motion?
yes. I've got a friend. He's going to operate that for us. We
Okay.
have it hooked up in the show this year so
Okay.
that we can do that right
Yeah,
from the
let's-
side of the
let's do
vehicle.
it. So there's two manual latches in the front, right?
Correct.
Just clip it on, but undo it, and it operates like this.
Yeah, super simple. Goes down just like that and allows you to experience the open air anytime you want.
Sweet. And that took, what, 10 seconds,
Yeah.
15 seconds?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not very long.
No, not long at all.
Yeah.
And you don't have to get out of the car to do it if you're actually
At the
operating
traffic light
it.
or something?
Yeah.
Something like that, you can really do it. Is this on sale already, or is this something coming up?
This is
coming
going to
up
be
soon?
available in the spring next year, 2026.
Okay.
Yeah, pricing is $49.95 for the black.
Okay.
And new for this year, we are going to be introducing 4 new colors for E-Top as well.
Can we look at some other colors over
Yeah,
here?
we have an example right over here
let's-
on the Wrangler.
And this is what we're talking about with a couple of new colors that are additional, right?
Yeah. Also available in spring of 2026. We're going to have 4 new colors in addition to the black. There'll be a champagne, an admiral, a merlot, and a smoke.
I like those
Yes,
names.
right?
Yes.
Aren't they? They just sound exciting.
Well, they kind of also point to the mood or the color that's there, right?
Yeah, right. I think that most of Jeep owners and Bronco owners, it's really about experiencing a lifestyle, and I think that these products allow them to kind of embrace that. Super convenient, easy to use, and really enables them to enjoy the outdoors the way that they want to.
And I really like this Jeep, this Wrangler JL here we're looking at, because
Yeah.
the wheels and the body color,
Yeah.
tie in together.
That was a subtle detail that our team tried to put together for the show this year, and I am so happy that you really caught on to that.
Yeah, that's really sweet. And the green and kind of, is this the champagne?
This is the champagne, that's
Oh,
right.
I got it right.
Yes.
I got it right.
Yes.
Maybe Prosecco or something. No, that's something else. That's a different sparkling wine.
Yes.
But that's really cool. And is this one of the manually operated ones as well?
No, this one is also fully electric.
Oh, yes.
With manual latches, but a fully electric top. Yep.
Yeah, E-Top.
E-Top.
Yeah, that's very sweet.
We have the E-Top for the JL body style, and the 4-door and the 2-door. And we have a 4-door JK that we are preparing to release and bring to market as well.
Yeah. So in the market in general, if I look at like coupes and cars, there's not a lot of convertibles anymore.
Right.
You know, if you look like 20 or 30, hey, it just opened up.
Yeah, how about
In case
that?
you missed it. No, I'm just there's not a lot of convertibles, right? There's some German manufacturers that make some cars, and maybe a Mustang, right? Mustang convertible. But combining off-roading with the Bronco and the Jeep like this, the Wrangler, and also the ease of use.
Yeah.
Because in Colorado, you know this.
Oh,
It
yeah.
can rain, it can snow.
You have just really quickly changing weather conditions,
Yeah.
and the convenience of being able to open and close the top
Here it is.
without having to exit the vehicle while you're at a stop sign, stoplight, parking lot. Top goes up or down, and you can fully enjoy what your vehicle was supposed to be helping you do.
All right. Well, really nice to see you again.
Yeah, Andre, always a good time.
All right. Thanks for showing us some of the latest stuff.
Yeah, you're always welcome.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Let me take the camera.
G-Wagon.
Oh, so Case and I play this game often when we're driving around. If you see a G-Wagon, you have to say G-Wagon.
It's like the punch buggy game, but without the violence. the
So-
violence on the side, I guess, if you
Wait a
so
minute.
choose to include it.
Dude, this is something special. This is an Adrenaline Industries built up G-Wagon pickup truck, which is fully custom done, right?
Yeah, and it looks extensive. So, since I said G-Wagon first after seeing
Yes.
it, I now have 10 points. So
Okay,
that
and I have
means
0.
Andre is behind. Game resets every day if you're
Okay.
interested in playing along at home.
Okay.
But this is insane. I wonder what it is that they started with and how they created this, because you've got the front 2/3 of a G-Wagon with
then-
a custom bed on
Yes.
the rear.
So I know Adrenaline Industries is based in Utah, and they do a lot of custom work. They build big campers, they build trucks like this. So I think they extended the frame. Like, I don't know, I cannot find my friend, but nonetheless, it looks like they extended the chassis. They put these big tires on it. It's 38s
Yeah, 38. There's
by 13 and a half.
twin shocks. There's some pretty crazy sliders underneath the body as well.
Yeah.
And look at just the sheer amount of height. I think this is on portals, Andre. It is.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Well, why not, right?
Yeah, that is a G-Wagon thing, right? So no reason not to. So once again, there's tons of room underneath it, but it's also got especially wide fenders. That means that you've got extra track width to go with the height.
Yeah.
So it's maybe not quite as tippy, which is nice.
Yeah, no, that's good, dude. So it's basically a G-Wagon squared.
Yeah, and it's
kind
got
of.
the 4x4 squared style visor
Yeah.
up on the front
Yeah, this one.
over top of the windshield. So
Yeah.
That's all pretty
Well,
cool stuff.
so far you're winning, dude. 10 points to 0.
Yes, 100%. Also a massive, gnarly steel bumper
Excuse me.
right up front as well. So all of this is pretty cool. Twin shocks
All the way
in the
around.
front as well, yeah. This is a nuts G-Wagon, I like it.
G-Wagon.
Well, you got me there.
All right, is it 10-10? 10
It's
points to 10?
10-10, yeah. So Andre's got 10 points for this G-Wagon. That's got a rooftop tent on it.
Yes.
Liquid
Okay.
moly.
Okay, so it's
Ooh.
technically not a pickup truck, but still, nonetheless, it is a G-Wagon.
That's true. So I almost feel like mine counts for a little bit more because this is a truck podcast.
But right next to it is a pickup truck.
There's a pickup truck next to it, but you know, you get 10 points, but mine's better. Anyway, this is a cool G-Wagon
Dude.
as well. Yeah, it's got a lift, kind of bigger wheels than I would put on it, but man, it makes a statement. And right next to it, there's an F-150 with a hell of a color scheme. Whoa, Andre. So this is a newer F-150
Yes.
with a wood bed insert.
A wood bed insert. I love that. It's so classic,
Oh, look at this.
and it's cruise
Yes.
for a cause.
Called Retro Liner. Very
Yes, bedwood.com.
Yeah,
this is
which-
not a sponsored video.
Now, on a truck like this, that's pretty cool. I wouldn't just put the wood in any F-150.
But a two-door regular cab, short bed, I think it's appropriate. It's very
Yeah,
nice.
with kind of a cool color scheme. So,
Yeah.
that's neat. I didn't know anybody made a wood bed insert, but that's kind of cool.
Okay, so there is a ladder on this G-Wagon, but I think it's kind of a whittle ladder.
It's a little narrow.
Yeah,
I'd say that much.
I think for an older gentleman like me, I would have trouble climbing in here.
Yeah, especially without stepping on the nice paint
Yes.
on this. But there is a rooftop tent, so a ladder of sorts is justifiable.
Yes.
That's for sure. Yeah, pretty cool. Look at that fancy intake setup here on the G-Wagon.
Nice.
This is going to be a rough podcast for people that are just trying to listen to it.
So imagine just a G-Wagon that's lifted up a little bit and in this matte green color and just really macho looking.
Macho.
But a small ladder, okay? Dude, we just stumbled into the Nissan booth.
Yeah, we weren't actually necessarily looking for it, but we found it. And the thing that jumps out at you the most right off the bat is this Frontier. They've
Yeah.
got no doors on it. They've got color matched kayaks. Quite the serious lift.
Monster lift.
Yeah, so they went
So
over
dude,
the top.
Roman actually did some detailed videos about some of these Nissans. So I know we have some unique videos on alltfl.com, but you and I haven't seen this in person yet. And
No.
it's very loud. There's like a DJ here spinning records.
Yeah. The other thing I'm noticing is it looks like this truck has actually been used off-road a little bit because there's dirt on it, which
Yeah.
is great. Rapid
You know,
runner.
several years ago, we also brought a Ram 1500 Rebel, with a lot of mud when we were displaying it here at the show. And that's kind of unique, right? You don't see a lot of vehicles with some dirt on them. So that's
Yeah.
really cool, I think.
Most of them have been dipped in a pool of Armor All. This one looks more.
Dude, this
off
patrol is
the
something
trail.
else. It's basically Armada, which is a patrol overseas, right?
Yeah, exactly. And it's got some pretty serious modifications. Bilstein shocks, twos of them that are massive. Look at that. That's crazy, and a fair amount of articulation. I'm not used to seeing a Nissan SUV with this kind of off-road capability and articulation, at least not recently. It's been since the Xterra really here that we've gotten to see stuff like this, so that's cool. Maybe that means they would love to push more in that direction, and I'd be happy to see that as well. So yeah, some pretty
Exactly.
neat stuff that's kicking around here in the Nissan
We
booth.
should see the front of this patrol really quick because I think that's really cool.
Yeah, we got to
So
navigate.
check it out. Hey, dude. What up? What up?
show?
Yeah, good show. Good to see you. I'll talk to you in a sec. Now, dude, this is very crowded in here.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's a lot
This is
going
kind of what
on.
SEMA sometimes is like, right?
Yeah,
Wow, what do you think about this front bumper, dude?
that's super cool. I like the big amber off-road lights that are integrated into it. It's
Yeah.
pretty nice.
So, by the way, I wanted to say, you mentioned the Xterra, right? The
Yeah.
Xterra is coming back.
That's true.
Thank
That's what they
goodness.
say. It's going to be interesting to see what they do with it. Hopefully, they base it enough on the Frontier to get some pretty decent running gear underneath it.
Yeah.
A naturally aspirated 3.8 liter V6, right? Rear locker at least. All of those things would be awesome to see in a new Xterra. So we'll find out when it actually launches.
Yeah, because it has a lot of competition, right? The 4Runner, the Bronco, the Wrangler, and at least the 4Runner has a hybrid as well, right? So
Yeah.
that's a lot to compete against.
But I think it makes sense to bring the Xterra back. It's a very popular vehicle segment.
Nice. All right, let's keep moving on. Okay, so we appeared in the Toyota booth here, which is a large space, and it's quite loud in here, but look at what Toyota is showing here.
Yeah, this is what they're calling a Scion SC01. It's not what we're used to a Scion being.
No.
Because it's essentially a large side-by-side, and I say large because this is using a 2.4 liter hybrid
Yeah, check it out.
powertrain from
A Tacoma.
a Tacoma.
Basically. It's
Yeah.
a hybrid powertrain. They're saying at least 300 horsepower, and it's a large machine. Think about like a 4-seater Polaris Razor R, Pro R,
Yeah.
or a Can-Am Maverick R Max X.
Yeah, exactly. Something along those lines, but a little more futuristic in its design because this is a concept. This is not something slotted for production as of yet.
Yeah.
It's not impossible because Honda, for example, they make cars and they make power sports products.
Yes.
But this, running on that hybrid powertrain, would probably be on the heavy side for sure.
Yeah, so I spoke to Todd and the team, Toyota engineering team that actually worked on this project. By the way, this is currently a one-off. So this is not like they're entering the market, but they're teasing us, right? So if you like it, maybe they will. He told me this vehicle weighs upwards of 4,000 pounds right
Wow.
now.
Yeah.
So that's quite a heavy machine.
For a side-by-side, that is definitely pretty heavy.
Yeah, but it's on
also-
35s.
Yeah, Maxxis 35-inch tires and suspension with, they say 26 inches of travel, so quite a bit. And all of the goodies that you would want on a vehicle like this. There's a winch up front, there's a lot of underbody protection. So they went to the extreme designing it and putting it together.
Yeah, so we have a separate video about this. We actually walked all the way around this and showed it. And the whole point of this machine is also like parts like the knuckles, the hubs. They're trying to reuse from other vehicles like the trucks that they have. And of course the chassis is unique for them.
Well, there's also a few other cool things that they have. Andre, before we head that way real quick, we'll just mention as a side note, this is another vehicle that we have a full video on the Classics channel. But they've also got a 60 Series Land Cruiser that for the most part looks pretty original. The body, it's got a slight lift in 35s as well, but under the hood, they've got the 3.4 liter twin turbo V6 from a Tundra. So
Exactly. And a 5-speed manual transmission.
yeah, it runs the original manual transmission that this came with in the original transfer case. But what they said is that maybe sometime in the future they could offer these as crate engines to swap in like what a lot of the other manufacturers do.
Yeah.
So that's also a really cool
And that would be
vehicle.
like a emissions legal, fully basically warranted engine from the manufacturer, right?
Exactly. So that could be something interesting, especially if you have an old Land Cruiser and you want to keep it powered by a heart from Toyota that made the vehicle in the first place, which would be kind of cool. Now there's another, I would call it a controversial vehicle in the Toyota booth here that we did a video on, and it's the Tacoma H2 Overlander. This is very much a concept. They use some existing powertrain parts like the fuel cell from a Toyota Mirai, so this is a hydrogen-powered Tacoma.
Yes.
With two electric motors that combine for 547 horsepower.
And I did the video, right? You and I did the video. We published it on TFL Truck Channel, and you guys didn't like this.
Yeah, people were
upset.
poking holes in the practicality of a hydrogen vehicle. Now, we've tested the Toyota Mirai.
We've tested the Toyota semi-trucks that run on hydrogen.
Yeah, so we've actually personally tested hydrogen vehicles. We know that there are impracticalities around it, but at the same time, we think it's kind of cool just to see Toyota do something different because everybody out there has a gas-powered Tacoma with a supercharger and 37s, and this is the kind of thing that really only Toyota would be able to pull together.
Exactly,
right?
and it has crazy specs, 15 kilowatts of exportable power. So I think the concept is cool. That's why we did the video, right? It's not saying like, there's no hydrogen stations anywhere across the country, right?
Yeah.
But in 10 years, there might be. So this could be something else.
Yeah, and the practicality of it at the moment is besides the point, because it's not something that they're actually looking at building right now. It's just a way to flex what they're capable of doing. So I thought it was funny reading some of the comments, because it doesn't seem like people are able to just see a cool thing and say, hey, that's interesting, maybe not for me, but whatever. No, everyone has got to be up in arms about it.
Yeah.
Either way, it is a pretty interesting vehicle. So those are some of the highlights here at the Toyota booth.
Case, you know me, I love myself a trophy truck, right?
Well, who doesn't, Andre? That's like saying you love breathing air.
It's like saying I love peanut butter and jelly, or I don't know, apple pie. Well, we're in the Honda booth right now, and we've seen this before. This is basically their custom-built HRC Honda Racing Baja Runner, right?
Yeah, this is obviously very extreme. It says Passport on the back of it.
But I don't think there's any Passport type parts
No.
almost in this.
No, it's
This is
it's
Race
pretty
ready.
much.
But you know what is a Passport? That Passport.
Yeah, that's true. So they do have an actual Passport that's more like something you could go out and buy and potentially modify on your own. So we have right now also in orange Honda Passport Trail Sport at our office as a long-term tester for the next couple months.
Yeah.
And we've already tested it off-road a little bit, and the all-wheel drive system is really good. The biggest limitation is clearance.
Yes, and look at this. What they've done for this prototype here is they really increased the clearance. I mean, there's several, maybe a couple more inches of it here.
Yeah.
And I think it just transforms what this car is.
Yeah, and then some forged Honda Racing HRC branded wheels as well. Much more aggressive Falcon Wild Peak RT tires, a slight rock slider, a roof rack setup, and then even seems like the rear bumper has been messed with a little bit. Yeah, it's going to swing out for a full-size
Yeah,
spare.
that's very nice.
All super accessible, some recovery points.
And a spare tire, like you said, yeah.
Off-road lights, traction boards, everything. So they've gone to town making this more rugged, which is pretty cool because once again, it's a platform and an all-wheel drive system that does a really good job on its own. So if you could take it and then improve some of those areas like clearance and traction, you could probably make this into a pretty decent, it's not going to be a Wrangler competitor.
Yeah, but look at this cutout here. You know, it's really kind of steep. So approach angle, it's a pretty good one here.
Yeah, so modified front bumper as well, some very accessible recovery points, and a winch up front. Looks like a Factor 55 winch, Fairlead and Ultra Hook, which is cool. I've been seeing a lot of Factor 55 stuff, which makes me feel a little better because that's what I've got on my 4x4.
So I think, I mean, the current Passport Trail Sport is good.
Yeah.
It's got really good oval drive system, but they need to put this to production, I think. They need
Exactly.
They need to get it higher in the air.
Yeah, this helps in a few of the other areas. Of course, this is still a vehicle that doesn't have a low range, and you're always going to have some limitations there as far as torque that you could deliver to the wheels. So, you know, it's not, again, going to be a Wrangler competitor or even a 4Runner competitor, but still pretty neat, and I bet you could do some gnarly trails on it. Reasonably gnarly for a Passport anyway.
Okay, but it's not a pickup truck. Let's head this way and let's go see some more.
I think we found Andre's favorite truck at the show.
Well, there are many choices and options, but what I would like is I would like a classic body truck that's crew cab, right?
Yeah.
Because I have, you know, 2 kids and my lovely wife.
And a dog.
And a dog, so this is nice. What do you think? Oh my gosh, dude, it's got a modern interior.
I know, it's pretty cool. So they're
let's see.
calling this GT 600. So it's a big-bodied old Ford pickup truck with a beautiful front end, two-tone, so white and red, which is arguably the right color combo. It says Shelby across the hood.
Yeah.
And then on the top of the hood, we were looking
It's got a
yesterday, it's
little
going to be
Raptor.
hard to see, but it says Raptor.
Yes.
That's all pretty cool.
Oh, can you?
Oh, appreciate it.
Oh, is this yours?
Yeah.
Dude, it's a really nice, very nice truck. We're recording. How long did it take?
So this one is actually one of our co-owners. This is a personal vehicle, so anytime we had a customer order come in, this one kind of went to the back burner. So we've been about 3 years on it.
Okay.
Typical turnaround would be a year,
Okay.
something like this. So this is a 2012 Shelby Raptor.
Okay.
So this is a 2012 Raptor that we took down to Shelby, had them do all their handiwork on the supercharger, Whipple supercharger on it. and we told them what we were doing with it. So they actually gave us all the badging, all the VIN tags, everything like that in a bag, sent it with us separate so that we could actually put it on ourselves later. So,
And what about the body?
the body is a 65 Ford crew cab. So this is the first year that Ford started doing factory crew cabs.
Okay.
So all factory, all original. They only made 400 of these from 65 to 66, mostly for railroads, military, forestry division. And this is one of those 400. We have 18 in our inventory for customer orders to build on with these 65 crew cabs.
And how do you source these? I mean, it's just like they
Keep your
don't
eyes
jump
open.
from the sky.
You got to keep your eyes open.
Yes.
So we've been kind of piling them up over the years. We have to keep them hidden away. Everyone wants to buy them from us. Every time they see them, they go, "Hey, will you just sell me the body?" So we'll sell you the body if you put a build underneath it. You know, we're not just going to sell you the body. This one we actually did a firewall and floor swap on. So
Can you show us
we
inside
cut
a little?
the floor. Yeah, of course. We cut the floor out of this 1965 and put the 2012 floor inside of it. So you have electric seats, heated, cooled seats. You have your infotainment in the center with Bluetooth stereo, backup camera. It has the factory Raptor gauges that we custom 3D print a housing to fit into the 1965 dash. It's the perfect blend of the modern with the old.
I would agree. He was just asking me what my favorite pickup truck we've seen so far. This was it.
This one's awesome.
How much is this? Like a build like this would cost?
A build similar to this, so basing my numbers off base without the Shelby work done to it, without the paint done to it, you're going to be in the ballpark of $200,000.
And of course, paint can add quite a bit.
Paint
right?
can add quite a bit depending how far you want to take it.
Yeah.
This one we wanted to be a daily driver, so we kept it to that quality. We stayed true to that. We put miles on these things. We have a 1966 crew cab similar to this with a Roush supercharged F-150 that we've put over 170,000 miles on. So we've proven our concept out using it as a pickup. We pull with it, we haul with it, we use it just like you would use an F-150 pickup from 2013. And even though this is a 2012 and that one, as an example, is a 2013, we are staying up on it. We're doing a 2024 Raptor R right now that has the same body style on top of it. So there's a couple neat little details on this, where we hide stuff so we don't have to dig into the body too much.
Nice.
You still get your factory easy fill. 91 octane only, of course.
Yeah.
Got to keep that supercharger fed.
Is most of the bed original as well? I know you said the cab.
So this box we actually had done by Pro's Pick. Because this is a Raptor, it's 7 inches wider than a typical pickup. So we had to have them widen the box about 10 inches.
Oh, I see.
And that's the reason we go with the F600 front fenders, hence the GT600.
Okay, I gotcha.
Eats up a little bit of that tire poke.
Gotcha. Well, when I make some more money, I'll give you a call, all right?
Definitely. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
You bet.
G-Wagon, Andre. And
Wait,
it's
no.
another pickup. So, again, both of the G-Wagons I picked out had beds.
I can't
And now
believe
I've
this.
got 20 points.
And also, it's a 6x6.
It is, yeah. So this is legit. This is the king of G-Wagons, one
Wait,
could argue.
but I have a question, Case. Does it have Bluetooth drive shafts?
No, it appears that this one has a real drive shaft, which is good news because
But what about the tag axle?
we have seen a couple Bluetooth drive shafts.
I think
since
we
we've
still
been
will
here.
see. I want to change the name, though. I want to start calling it AI drive shafts.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's always our SEMA joke.
No, that looks real.
Yeah, tag axle has got it as well. So
Yeah.
this thing is legit. Yeah, but how's it going?
Hey,
Yeah, that's my
this is
favorite.
another 4x4 squared.
It is. Yeah, and the
It's
six
wide
wheel.
body and it's. But wait, are these portals?
It's not a 4x4 squared, Andre.
Is it?
It's a 6x6.
Oh, I'm sorry. 6x6 squared?
Yeah, exactly. So that is pretty cool. I've actually
Yes.
never seen one of these in person.
This is sweet.
It is. Is this the one? You remember? Didn't somebody reach out to us because they were
No,
building one of
no,
these?
that was white. That was painted white.
Right.
That's from Colorado. This is something else, I believe.
This one is white underneath, though.
Oh, maybe it's wrapped?
Yeah. Yeah, I think
Hold
it
up.
is. So this could be the one. Yeah, somebody reached out to
Well,
us.
they had a G65, which is a V12
Yeah, exactly.
powered
And this says
Oh,
G63. So let's see. So they're saying, oh yeah, so this is something that somebody built themselves.
but I think we're looking for a V12 one from Colorado.
But not the one that we're thinking of.
Yes.
So still.
But still,
kind
I
of
mean, this is pretty
interesting.
amazing.
And they started with an actual G-Wagon, so I still get the points.
Okay.
But
I agree. You're winning. But dude, let's finish up outside. I think the crowds here are pretty heavy,
oh yeah,
but nonetheless, and also the bass is heavy out here.
it is. Yeah, the bass is booming and permeating
Yeah.
the whole show. Definitely, as the day goes on, it gets more and more crowded. So yeah, we'll go ahead and wrap up the podcast. But what do you think of the show this year?
So I'm pretty happy to see that a lot of OEMs came out. Not all of them, because GM is not here, right?
Right.
GM is not here, but many of the others are here. I was happy to see that. They're showing some new stuff. And also, look at the number of people here.
I know.
I've never seen it this busy.
Tons of people, tons of trucks. Right behind us right now is
Yes.
that Cummins that's got so many turbos
what,
strapped to the front
16
end of
turbos
it.
or something?
Yeah, which I think was one of Whistle and Diesel's trucks at one
Yes.
point. There's tons of absolutely massive
Okay.
lifted trucks.
Let me come up to one of these, because now we're entering what I call Brodozer Boulevard.
Well, let's walk up to the biggest one that we see right now and look at how you compare, Andre. The tires on this one are almost as tall as I am.
Yeah, this is massive, dude. And I don't know if this little step will help you get in.
You can't get your foot up there, Andre?
No, I'm not that limber.
Yeah, no. I might not be either.
And it's a 4-wheel steer package here,
Yeah.
and you could hear lots of V8 noises out here as well.
Yeah, there's absolutely tons going on around us. I also see pretty kitted out second gen behind us as well.
Ooh!
Yeah, with air suspension, also pretty massively lifted.
Oh, case. Does
I
it
know.
have? Oh no, it has a Bluetooth drive shaft.
Oh,
Look,
yeah.
look down there.
It does appear to have a Bluetooth.
No, it's
drive.
closer to us. You see that?
Yep.
Ah.
So, yeah, there is a bit of that going around. It's
Yeah.
an epidemic, really. But still, there's a lot of really cool trucks around. There's so much here every single year that we really can't see it all. There's tons of things that we end up missing. Hey, this truck's got a 7.3.
Godzilla, and this is the F100
Yeah,
from the
so
70s.
people doing some other crate motor swaps like what we've seen on some other vehicles that we looked at since getting here. So yeah, tons of really cool stuff at the show as always. And it's also a pretty exhausting day, but well worth it, because
Yeah.
you see a lot of really neat stuff. You meet some really cool people. We got to interact with some people that watch some of the
Show
videos
them
that
that
we
cloud.
do. Oh
Somebody's doing a burnout.
Burnout's going on over by the Hoonigan tent, which we won't get too close to because that wouldn't make for very good podcast audio. Not that it's great right now.
No, when you're just describing what we're seeing, I can't even hear what you're saying.
Yeah, and we're right next to each other. So, with all of that in mind, it's probably about time for us to wrap this thing up. But
Yes.
yeah, another great year here at SEMA.
Yes.
Always excited to come out.
And I think the success of the show is really had to do with people, right?
Oh, yeah.
We saw probably more people than ever before.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I think that's a success.
Yeah, it's definitely not a show that's getting any smaller. Maybe we can end it on this square body with a big supercharger.
So I think we could finish here, right?
Yeah, all really cool stuff. Do you have a favorite? I feel like it's the GT600.
I think the GT600 was my favorite. What about you? One of the G-Wagons,
You know,
maybe?
I might have to agree with you, honestly. That GT600
Oh, that
was really cool.
GT600 was mint.
Yeah, and it was Jacked Up Trucks, I think, was the company
Yes.
name of
Once
the
again,
ones.
not a sponsored
Yeah,
video.
not sponsored, but that was a really cool truck. So tons of really neat stuff around. This was a good day.
Dude, I'm exhausted, and we didn't see 100% of the show. So thank you for joining us once again. We'll see you next time. Stay tuned to oldtfl.com for a lot more from the show.